Namaste, guys. ChristianRLong, life enhancement consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Wednesday morning here in Denver, Colorado. It is 8 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time. Jumping on for our daily dose of divine light, love, and power with today's focus on the love aspect. Love. So there's a song that one of the main lyrics is "Looking for love in all the wrong places" by Johnny Lee, the country music singer. And how many of us, myself included at some point in my incarnations, Suresh, Namaste, good to have you on. I'm going to do a wave. Jessica, Namaste, good to have you on. How come I can wave one person, I can't wave another person? Anyways, so how many of us, Prashant, Namaste, good morning, Karen, and I can't wave to you either. Sometimes I can wave to you guys, sometimes I can't wave to you guys. I guess they're working out the new things. It's interesting, on Facebook, they have, depending upon the size of the person's audience and depending upon how often they use certain tools, Facebook will turn on or turn off new features. So maybe I'm one of the experimental guys. So how many of us, Joanna, Namaste, look for love in the wrong places? And what are the wrong places? It's very simple. The wrong places are anything and everything outside of us. That's the wrong place. The song, Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places, he's referring to being with the wrong partner, right? Which is interesting. It was written by a woman, Wanda, I forget her last name, but it's a well-known country music song. For those of you who know me, I am not a country music person by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, Jessica has heard of it before. I've never heard of it. I've never been a country music person. A little bit of, what was it called? Who are the girls in the early 90s? The blonde girls? My gosh, that would have been me. Yeah, exactly. I can't remember their names. The something girls, the Dixie Chicks. There we go. So Dixie Chicks, I liked a little bit of their music. Tim McGraw, a little of his music, but I'm not a country music guy. Funny enough, a family friend was super into country music. Had hundreds, I'm not even kidding you, hundreds of CDs of country music. And he lived in Providence, Rhode Island, which is like the least country music place on the planet. Jessica got it, Dixie Chicks. Sonia, Namaste. So, looking for love in all the wrong places. What does that mean? It means that Scarlett, Namaste, it means we are looking for love from other people to provide us with sweetness, with tenderness, with joy, with validation. But here's the interesting thing. If we're always seeking love from another person, if that person doesn't give us love, we feel unloved, right? The person gives us love, we feel loved. We feel validated. We feel like our existence is validated. But what about the people who don't receive love? What about the people who are in isolation? What about the elderly? What about the disabled? What about people that don't have people checking in with them? My father, being a Vietnam vet, the only people that he interacted with pretty much the last 30 years of his life, Adriana, Namaste, were my brothers and I. I have two older brothers, and that's it. For the last 30 years of his life, and there were times that I was away at school, my brothers were away doing other things, so we weren't there all the time. Could my father still experience love? Of course. He didn't, because my dad didn't have the tools, he didn't have the training, he didn't have the understanding on love comes from within. Love doesn't come from others. Now, can others make you feel love? Yes. Can other people feed you loving energies? Yes. But because of yoga and yogic practices and yogic training, it's about oneness with the higher self and oneness with God. That's the objective. The objective is to always go up and up and up, right? It's not to latch onto somebody energetically and siphon off love energy from them, right? Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I have had many, many people in my life, coaches, healers, friends, partners, who have loved me tremendously, and their love helped to transform me into a better human being. But where the rubber really met the road in my life was when I started practicing going up. And what does going up mean? It means connecting to the higher soul. What is the higher soul? Light, love, and power, right? So because of that practice on a regular basis of going up, I can tap into the bliss, I can tap into the joy, I can tap into the love, I can tap into the sweetness, and I can generate those beautiful energies for myself, which then allows me to what? Radiate those energies to other people, which awakens the love aspect, the light aspect, the power aspect within them. So then they start doing what? Going up. Because you want to encourage a person to go up. Yeah, one of the biggest lessons in my life. Yeah, for sure. It's a big, Juliana, I'm going to say, it's a big, big lesson for many of us. That's why looking for love in all the wrong places, so many of us are reaching out to this partner, to this friend, to that friend, in order to validate us, in order for us to feel love, in order for us to feel worthy, in order for us to feel good enough. And it's not that, again, don't misunderstand me. It's not saying that you push away love when somebody gives you affection or love or kindness or joy. You go, no, forget it. I don't need your love. I know how to generate it from within. That's also not what I'm saying, right? So don't let the pendulum swing so far to one side. Recognize that you are a being of love. You are a being of love. So if you're a being of love, why don't you feel love? Because of blockages, because of limiting beliefs, because of calcified ideas, because of wrong viewpoint. As soon as you remove all of those things and correct your viewpoint, you go, I can sit here in complete silence and feel love. I can spend time with my partner and feel love. I can go out to the movies with my friends and feel love. I can do this and feel and experience love, right? So you become radiatory, you radiate love versus latching onto love and trying to suck it from your environment or suck it from those around you. No pun intended. How long did it take to you to have the connection to the higher soul, and what practices? Stephanie, I'm going to say, that's a very, very good question. Hold on, everybody. Jessica says, if you don't feel love for yourself, it's harder to absorb love from others. Yes. And of course, give something you don't have. If you don't have love yourself, you can't really love another because you don't know how to love. Partially correct. Your essential nature, I'm going to say this again because it's subtle, but enlightenment is noticing what is obvious, as Master Cho would say. It's subtle. You are love. Listen to me, guys. You are love. So there's nothing wrong. I'm going to say there's nothing for you to latch on to. There's nothing for you to get. You are love. So your practice, as Adrian is asking, your practice is accessing the love within you. And it starts with the heart. What a shocker. It starts with the heart. So see, Adrian is asking a very difficult question that's not easy to answer because it's very complex. She's asking the question, well, how did you start receiving more love? And and what practices did you do? It took me many, 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 many years of purification to get better and better and better at practicing self-love and being able to experience love. So even though I had many people in my life giving me love, giving me love, giving me love, I didn't know how to assimilate it. I didn't know how to receive it because I didn't feel worthy enough. I didn't feel deserving enough. I didn't even understand what love actually was. So through the process of purification, through the process of awareness, through the process of understanding, and most of all, through the process of practicing loving oneself. Several of you know the I am love affirmation that was revealed and brought out by Master Marilag Mendoza. I am love affirmation helps one tap into the 5 qualities that make it easier to practice self-love and good self-esteem and good self-worth. Very, very powerful affirmation that you have to do on a regular basis. But there are other practices that I will not be talking about in this particular stream that help you awaken the love aspect within you to make it more realized. And once you reach that tipping point, because what's realization? Real action. It's when you have an insight and you take action on that insight, that's how you know it's a realization. It's not a realization if you don't take action. So when you have the realization that I am love and love I am, and you start radiating love, you start accessing love, you start sharing that love with other people without expectations, your life is transformed. How beautiful would it be to have an interaction with someone when you're not thinking and feeling, what can I get from that other person? But instead, how can I help? How can I serve? How can I give? How can I radiate to that person, to those persons, to that community, to that group, to that nonprofit, to that charity, right? Instead of how can I get, because you recognize you are love. You recognize you are love. It's a super, super powerful place to be in when you recognize that you are love. And it took many years to get to that point, but you have to start somewhere. You're like, well, I haven't been doing inner work for 20 years. Maybe not. Maybe you haven't been doing inner work for 20 years. But what do you want the next 20 years of your life to look like? Right? Do you want the next 20 years of your life to look like selfishness and lack and scarcity and fear and keeping your heart closed and being that refrigerator that Master Toa talks about when we have no love in our lives, right? Love is there. It's our inability to access it. That's the interesting thing. All the love you would ever need, want, and desire in your life is available right now in this moment. Why? Because we are swimming in an infinite ocean of love right now. The limiting factor is your energy body, and the limiting factor is your understanding. As you change your energy body, and as you change your understanding, your ability to access greater love increases exponentially. But you have to practice. I don't want to practice love. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Okay, well then you don't move forward. I don't feel that I'm worthy of love. Okay, then you don't move forward. I'm waiting for the love of my life to come in and to give me love and to remind me of who and what I am. Okay, then you're going to be waiting for a very, very long time. Does it make sense? So I noticed many spiritual practitioners over my lifetime of doing this work of 16 years as a professional energy healer and 20 years as a spiritual practitioner that how do I want to say this? Many of them spend time alone, not because they're sad or depressed or withdrawn from the world, but they're content and blissful and still with who and what they are. And they're simply seeking a partner that they can share that love with, but they don't need love from a partner. That's the difference. A big reason why people go from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship is because they're seeking to gain something from that person versus seeking who can I compliment, who can I share my energy with, who can I share beautiful experiences with. Because why? Because most people don't feel like they have anything to offer. Right? Low self-esteem, low self-worth. Nobody would ever love me for who I am because I don't have anything to give. The reason you think you don't have anything to give is because you're not tapped into the love aspect. Trust me, if you're tapped into the heart aspect, the love aspect within you, you have the world to provide and the world to offer other people. And it took me a while to realize that. I had a mentor who was constantly bombarding me, reminding me of that principle, saying, Christian, you have so much to give. You have so much to offer. You have so much that people want to be around you, that people want to connect with you. And I'm like, no, it's not really that, right? I'm becoming smaller. I'm contracting. I'm not feeling good enough. I'm not feeling worthy enough until I started, I feel a lot of love right now. I feel a lot of joy right now. I feel full. My cup is overflowing. Who else can I share this energy with? Who else can I share this cup with? Does that make sense? But you have to get to that point through practice. And yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. And it's all good. It doesn't have to happen overnight. But what does have to happen is you start today and you continue tomorrow and you continue the next day and the day after that. That's what needs to happen. Right? But looking for love in all the wrong places, don't do it. It's not worth it. You're not going to find, you are not going to find who and what you are by being needy with the affection of another person. Another person can point the path. Another person can give you tools. Another person can provide lots of love for you. But in that process of providing love for you, they are simply reminding you of who and what you are. They are a mirror for the love within you. They are not the source. This is a big, big key. They are not the source of your love. Never think that they are. Always recognize that they are a mirror for the love within you. Right? Because what happens? We're in a relationship. We feel lots of love. The relationship ends, and then what? We don't feel the love anymore. Because we identify love coming from that person. Love does not come from the other person. That person is a mirror for the love within us. And we forgot. So we have to go up. What's up, Jeffrey? Good looking man. I haven't seen you in a long time, Jeffrey. Hope you're doing well. My streaming went down. I'll have to catch it later. That's why. Awareness is I am loved helps tap into the energy of love. I've never seen her questions either. Whose questions? What's up, Ron? So that's it, guys. That's what I want to cover for today's stream on love, our daily dose of divine light, love, and power. Catch us in the next 20 minutes. We'll be doing our daily Twin Hearts meditation to bless and heal Mother Earth and giving us a greater opportunity to access the love aspect within each and every one of us. For those of you who need healing, feel free to reach out to me directly at ChristianRLong.com. It's my name, ChristianRLong.com. Let me know how I can assist you, to heal you, to remind you of who and what you are so you can live a greater life. And that's it. This is Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful life. Atma, namaste. Bye-bye.